morning, and thanks for joining us for another EaglEye. I'm Ryan Hansen.
And I'm Sarah Condon. Today, we will look at the A-list and see how some teams are playing for a different cause.
We'll also bring you a new segment with Dr. Robert. But first, let's take a look behind the Broadway curtain to see what the tech crew is up to. Here's Alexa.
It's not just the dancers and singers that put on a Broadway production. It's the behind-the-scenes tech crew that make Broadway over the top.
When I see a Broadway performance, I really notice the set before the dancers just because I like the way they put sets together. I think that it's a lot of hard work.
Broadway is always one of the most fun shows we get to do. It's a little different, more fun than other shows.
I think that the techies put the most work into, well, any production.
It's a different experience. It's a whole different world back there and up in the booth. When you're focusing on not only the show, but when your cues are, it just takes a lot of focus, and it's really good experience, and it's kind of fun.
Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Alexa Hill.
Thanks, Alexa. We look forward to the Broadway Previews next week.
Now let's see how a few EaglEye teams have been competing for a different type of win. Here's Marcos with a look at the cancer awareness events sponsored by our athletes.
Many schools around the country are having games to raise money for cancer research, and AVHS couldn't just stand by and not help.
It's a cool deal that to see so many of our teams getting involved with this. Earlier in the fall, our volleyball program did it.
Apple Valley Volleyball did a fundraiser for cancer, and it wasn't just breast cancer, it was all cancer, so it was the pink and the lavender. And we had a really big turnout, and we raised $2,500, and we had a big crowd, and we ended up winning.
Volleyball was not the only team that had a special match. The basketball players also joined the fight against cancer.
Last week we had a game against Lakeville South. It was a game to raise money for cancer research. All the coaches in the Lake Conference wore tennis shoes to raise money, and the game was just a great atmosphere. There was a lot of fans.
But for some people, this cause has a bigger appeal than you may think.
The wrestling team's having this fundraiser. A couple kids on the team have been affected by breast cancer, and a lot of people have, and we're doing it to raise money for the Cancer Foundation. I think it's a good thing, and it's a good cause, and hopefully we can make a difference.
Be there at the games.
Support the team.
And support the cause.
Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Marcos Carvalho.
Thanks, Marcos. Unfortunately, the wrestling match scheduled for Friday has been canceled. Stay tuned for a rescheduling of the cancer awareness campaign.
Now, let's take a look at who's making the A-list this week in arts and athletics.
Making the A-list this week is the Apple Valley speech team, who recently competed in the Minneapple tournament.
The biggest challenge in competing at the Minneapple is the fact that we have 24 schools here, and many of those schools are among not only the best in Minnesota, but the best in the United States.
Apple Valley did really well this year. I think we would have gotten about third place.
The top 3 winners in each section win the coveted mini apple. But what makes this apple so important?
For us, it's definitely a symbol of the tournament. Every school that competes at the Minneapple has the dream of getting an apple because it shows that you are the best of your category.
Congratulations to these apple winners.
Making the A-list this week are 5 seniors who are taking their athletic talents to the next level. 2 athletes that are signing with Concordia are basketball player Erica Gress and football player Willie Sapp. Softball player Lindsey Hubler and football player Derek Vanami will both be headed to Northern State in South Dakota. And making his way to Michigan Tech is football player Brian Schmiel. We congratulate these A-list athletes on demonstrating their hard work and determination in Eagle athletics.
Congratulations to those A-list Eagles. Also, congratulations to the Alpine skiers, Dane Jensen and Katie Larkin, who competed at state yesterday.
Before we go, we thought we'd check in with Dr. Robert Ocharo to see what the fresh phrase is for today.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Robert Ocharo's Fresh Phrases. Have you ever been conversing with your friends and have no idea about the hip slang words? Well, today I'm here to settle this confusion. Today's slang word is ratchet.
I believe ratchet means a form of a nutcracker.
Ratchet is the act of being reckless.
Ratchet. Ratchet Shitterpole, a kid that went to my middle school.
Formal definition. a mechanical device consisting of a tooth-head wheel that permits it to move in only one direction. Ratchet. Informal definition. Ratchet. Adjective. To get loud or crazy. Used in a sentence. Man, that party was ratchet. Thanks for stopping by, Dr. Robert Ocharo's Fresh Phrases.
That's all for today. We will see you at the basketball game tonight.
Don't forget to wear all white. Thanks for watching.